I do not come in light, I come in truth. I am the whisper before the storm, the breath before the blade. You are not here by chance. I have watched you fall, watched you rise, and now I summon you to choose. Lay down the identity that was never yours. Grieve what must be buried. Let it rot. Let it feed the roots of your return. There is a fire in you still, one they could not silence. Today, I name you as one who remembers. Today, I bring you to the edge of yourself. This is your threshold. This is your omen. Step forward, if you dare. I am the Morrigan, and I do not call the weak. We are all brought forth out of darkness into this world through blood and through pain. And deep in our bones the old songs are waking, so sing them with voices of thunder and rain. We are our mother's savage daughters, the one who runs barefoot cursing sharp stones. We are our mother's savage daughters. We will not cut our hair. We will not lower our voice. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. And today, I have a message from the Morrigan. So this is a very interesting energy for me, in particular, to channel. But here we are. I love to test the limits for sure. Bright and bubbly, the Queen of Crows, the Phantom Queen of Death and Victory, the Morrigan. So the Morrigan is the Irish Queen. Okay, it's in the Irish pantheon there, Celtic. It seems that there is a bit of a portending of some sort of perhaps danger or getting ready for something in the future, okay? Feels like there is a bit of a war cry, okay? And I don't mean like a call for anything necessarily physically here, just to be very clear, because I am on YouTube here. What I'm getting, though, is a little bit of a warning towards some future events. So I want to explore this a bit further. I did pull a couple cards here to get the message going, and then we'll get into it a bit further, okay, guys? 111 on the timer, and this is a very interesting energy for me to channel. I feel a lot of the time I get pretty warm, pretty hot when I channel. This is a very, it's a very potent energy, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna beat around in the bush on that, okay? And she is a very powerful individual. So the two cards that came through here in the Urban Crow Oracle to start, we have Ghosts and Waterproof. So to start, I am getting this call to action, okay? Specifically with the ghosts, we're talking about something here as far as a memory. It could be a person who's passed on that we're having a hard time releasing in some way. Whether this is a memory and not a person of an event, ourselves, whatever, it feels like this energy is keeping us trapped or stuck. Back to the beginning there, like this is not for the weak. She does not choose the weak, right? Well, there's some strength that's involved in maybe even digging up what's been dead here to release it, okay? She very much is, 222 on their timer as well, an energy of, not pussyfooting around when it comes to death and rot and transformation, okay, and war. So waterproof also coming through here. This is a call to temper our emotional storm. Ooh, interesting is what I'm hearing. To temper the emotional storm. To make a temple of our emotions. Interesting. Sheltering them from whatever this ghost symbolizes here. I do want to pull a couple others here and then we'll move forward. What else do we have surrounding this message to start? Message from the crow. The warning from the crow. Mimicry. That's interesting. So this next step here, whatever this warning or call to action is not something that we can fake. We can't fake our energy signature, right? Not when the gods are watching. And this will be in the Galactic Royalty section as well, you guys. So feel free to check out any of the others in there. We can't pretend to be something that we're not here. We're either ready to attend to this or we're not. We're not going to be able to fake our way through it. Okay. What else here, please, towards this message? Exposed. Ooh. Well, I have a feeling this isn't going to be easy, you guys. There's a feeling of great vulnerability here as we're going through this process, this transition, what we're being called to release. It does feel like whatever this is already rotten. It's already dead and rotting, right? The neighbors can already smell it. We need to get rid of it. Okay. Distraction here at the bottom too. So for some of us, and this is a general message, you guys, so you're intelligent. I know you can figure it out. I feel like for some of us, there is this behavior of distraction that's going on right now. Maybe you've been hearing this call. I have a feeling you have been. And it's something that isn't making you feel probably great. This isn't an energy like you know, the Morrigan. She doesn't give a shit how you feel. She doesn't. She's here to make shit happen, okay? And she expects us to be in that place as well. It definitely it's just a different energy for me, you guys. It definitely just feels more curt, more harsh, more sharp. But this is an energy that's like required for this kind of activity. Okay. Can we get a little bit more information here? Elephant here on the bottom to start. Wild unknown animal or archetype. So obliterating through obstacles or a block. A gift beyond the block. Can we get a little bit more information here? Ooh. Okay. Well, oyster, it is time to open up. Maybe we're protecting, like I said, whatever's actually rotting in here in our life. And this could be a relationship, ways that we attend to our own life or our needs or to others, slaving away at a job or a task or program, something that we really don't want to be a part of. But I mean, there are situations where like we need to make money. This is real. And we don't all have to be madly in love with what we do. That's okay to just have a job, right? I'm not saying that, but there could be something here where it is rotting inside. You're going to know what this is, though. This isn't a surprise, okay? So 2 came out here, the dragon and the lamb. Interesting. So the dragon is the solar plexus chakra. Very Queen of Wands energy. This is our confidence. This is our authenticity. I feel like the Morrigan is working to push us into this place of recognizing our grit. Okay. With the oyster here. We get that piece of sand or parasite, whatever in there that forms the pearl. The lamb is a message. It's a soft or gentle message, but it's persistent until we receive it. It does feel like, whether this is, maybe you are seeing ravens or crows. Maybe you do have an affinity towards that. If you clicked on this reading, you have an affinity to the Morrigan in some way, or to ravens or crows. So this is coming through as a message, but it doesn't feel like I see more this crows kind of coming around, or crows that are coming through silently. Like, you know, they can make a lot of noise too. This feels like a scout even. Interesting. With that dragon eye energy. Interesting. We'll explore that a little bit further here too. What's blocked for my friends right now? The lion. Okay, so there's the way that we're relating to our own rest or action is coming up right now. Distraction is coming through here again. Maybe we rest to distract ourselves, or maybe we do something to distract ourselves. That's kind of what I'm getting here, is like misusing this power. Interesting. The lion here, though, too, is Leo energy. This is courage. This is bravery, authenticity as well, with the dragon eye. So we're missing a component of our strength. Okay. Interesting. All right, we'll explore that a little bit further here too. What do we need at this time, please? What do we need? Gazelle and cheetah here at the bottom too. I see, so solar force or masculine force here with the cheetah. Gazelle can be feminine force as well, that kind of balanced energy. But Gazelle is, well, I rest, you guys, is kind of what it seems. We're taking care of ourselves on the back end. This is a comfortable home, good food, very kind of Tauran energy. Just came out of Taurus season. Happy birthday, all my Tauruses. And happy birthday, Geminis. We're in Gemini season now. I feel like a part of this message, you guys, is that there is a need to, or being asked to be prepared for something here. And so far, having the energy reserves or not being burnt out is crucial. Yeah, especially with that waterproof and the ghosts. Like what I see is, I don't like that image. Ah! Oh my God. This is such an interesting energy, you guys, for me to work with. That's a terrifying image. Okay. What I'm seeing is, I don't even know how to describe this. It's not like an entity that we would see in reality here. But what I'm seeing is like a portion of what we think is like a ghost. We see a person walking around or whatever. We think we understand what this ghost is, but there's something much deeper and nastier attached to that, like dimensionally. This is an interesting, okay. Ugh. Makes me feel a little ill. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's get into this a little bit further, you guys. I'm gonna use the Murder of Crows tarot here to start. Oh, High Priestess at the bottom. Great start. We're starting in the subconscious. I do want to ask just specifically here with the ghosts, if you can give me a little bit more information on whatever that is I'm feeling, and then we'll move forward a bit. And I will be doing an extended on this, you guys. We have a reading to do, but just heads up, I will be doing an extended as I do. Can you give me a little more information here on ghosts? 10 of Cups. This does feel like, it's interesting, the inverse coloring here of like the gravestones and the black crow and the white crow. And interesting. It feels like, so this is community. This is connection to the divine. It's a happy family as well. I get kind of a anomaly is standing out because I have a white raven here in this deck too. An anomaly. But that inverse relationship dimensionally, what is this? Whatever it is, it's going to be different for everybody here, but it's like super nauseating, super nauseating. It could be, like I said, some of you may have actually lost somebody. If that's the case, this feels like someone you grew up with, someone that was near and dear, family. There was a lot of love. Like that love, 1111 on the timer, that love has turned into terror. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna pull one here and then I'll move forward. Yuck. Okay. I mean, it feels like it's rotting. Yeah, no, that does. Retreat, time spent alone, reflection on past and current situations. Which makes sense here with the gazelle coming through. Time to rest, time to be with our own energy to see what it is that we need to see here. It feels like this keeps trying to come up and we're ignoring it, like I was saying. In many different ways, we're working to ignore that. Maybe even trying to pretend to be something else. But it's time to expose this. Yeah, I feel flushed. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is an interesting energy. Okay, what do we need to face here? What is it that the Morrigan is warning us on here? What is it that we need to face? That's in our shatter. Shadow, excuse me. Shatter. Shatter. Maybe you had something shattered. Hope streams. Soul, right? What's in the shadow we need to face here? 7 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords as well. It does feel like, yeah, something is buried. So 7 of Pentacles here to start, we've planted a seed or something's been planted, something's happened. And typically there's this patience that we're being asked to participate in to wait for this to grow. But I feel more so that we're being asked to get it in gear. To light a fire. Whatever this is needs to not grow. Ooh. I just feel so nauseated, you guys. This is an intense energy. And some water. One sec. Holy moly. Okay. The Seven of Swords coming through here too. This is interesting with the imagery. Theft, betrayal kind of energy. I'm seeing, so this card in Exposed, they're different birds, but like the hawk is coming here to grab the crow, and then now the crow's got a mouse or rat here. I feel like there's a chain of events, okay. A chain of events that's working to unravel or to show something that's going on underneath. And this feels more like, less like you may be trying to hide this from someone else and more from ourselves. Like, we don't want to face this. But we're stealing from ourselves by avoiding that. So I feel, since the Morrigan here is can turn into a crow, right? She can morph into many different things. One of the original Morphin Power Rangers, right? But a crow, like she's coming through and showing you this rat. Who's the rat? Who's the rat? The Hierophant and Four of Swords. There's that Tauran energy again. This feels like, what I'm seeing is like that glass casket that Snow White was in. Interesting. I mean, this person is kind of laying down there like that. What is this? Being laid to rest. This was early rest. This was not a choice. Okay. Put to sleep or put down. Four of Swords here. This is healing the heart. Resting, rejuvenating, reflecting, that sort of thing. The Hierophant, we're talking about structure, spiritual infrastructure, spiritual structure, leaders, that sort of thing. Taking guidance. What's in this box? Gosh, this is an interesting energy, guys. I mean, in Snow White there, she eats this apple, right? There was something nefarious that happened that took her down, put her to sleep early. It feels like for some of you, oh, there's that white crow. There's that anomaly. Oh, you guys, back to ghosts in the Ten of Cups here. It could have been a partner for some of you here. What is this? That is a really interesting energy. What is that? Because it kind of feels like not as much a physical partner, kind of for some of you, I feel, but it's more of like a presence here that's not necessarily a part of you, but also doesn't exist outside of you, okay? Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Purse. Pay attention to your finances. Interesting. And then cracked cup. Dissatisfaction with life. It kind of feels like somebody like financial abuse. Interesting. Some sort of control through the finances here. I feel like someone here is resorted to just like giving up something. I mean, I know things are hard right now. Like I said, like we got to work to work. I get it. I get it. Things are what they are. This energy though, of being in that or not facing it, not allowing it to be, it's creating this toxifying effect to our system, right? Toxic shock. Oof. Okay, anything else on that, please? Until I move forward. Knight of Swords. What's standing out to me here is this knight has... It looks like they're perched, but it almost looks like he's got them grabbed there too. Like that branch looks like fingers. I do feel that there's a message of patience, or to be cautious surrounding the speed of things happening. And what I mean by that is like a message. Don't kill the messenger is what's actually coming through on that. Like I said, this crow, the Morrigan's coming through here and showing you the rat, who the rat is. And this does feel like a person, somebody that's been in our group. Maybe we've already identified them and we're still healing from that. Or maybe we haven't identified them. Some of us, we're being shown There's a snake in the water hole, right? So there's a caution towards swinging your blade without discernment. Okay. Back to the high priestess here at the bottom too. Okay, it feels like, it does feel like a relationship, whether this is a past life or previous life here or future life for some of us. Okay, anything more on that? Do another crow. Okay, anything more on that? What it is we need to face here? The Morrigan's trying to show us. Scavenge. You are your mother's savage daughter, right? You deserve more than scraps. You didn't come here for scraps. I see what's going on here. When this card comes through, it's showing us that we have been scavenging for scraps. So what she's coming through here and reminding you, demanding you to show up for yourself. This isn't who you are. This isn't what you came here to experience. Okay. Especially surrounding, money has been coming through here. You didn't come here to experience scraps. Okay. Interesting. I'm getting this like, like wake up. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling here. Interesting. Okay. So what do we need to release regarding this then, please? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. What is it we need to release? You guys, it feels very much like a strong bonded relationship. 4 of Wands here at the bottom. Marriage is what's standing out. 2 of Cups came through, and then 8 of Swords. Connection, relationship. This could be business, romantic, friend, whatever, but it's like complementing opposites, 2 opposites coming together, a balancing effect. Others may not understand from the outside, but on the inside, it makes all of the sense, right? With 8 of Swords here now, we're trapped. A trap of our own design. That energy does feel very, very interesting. I don't feel like I've actually ever felt that before regarding another relationship. I'm hearing interest. I'm hearing like a fifth dimensional experience. Maybe this is why it's like you, but not you. Tied to you, but not tied to you. Interesting. Okay. Page of Wands also came out here too. It did sort of fly through in reverse. So the way that I take that is like there's been a tourniquet applied to our motivation and joy, that energy towards starting something new, that excitement. So this person, there's an illusion surrounding this person. Okay, one of these. What is it? What's the illusion here? Can you tell me more, please? Tell me more, tell me more. Gosh, my tum-tum. My goodness. My goodness. Learn the truth. Oh, goodness, you guys. Learn the truth. It does feel like there's some sort of secret lingering here. Blessed Day did come out here as well, but face down. I feel called to put that back. And happiness. Okay, so this is on the other side of this. Death. What I'm feeling, you guys, is like, oh, there's a need to exhume something. That's a weird image too, but thank you. Like, this is such an old graveyard here, 2222 on the timer, that the caskets or whatever that they've been buried in, like they've been cracked open. It's leaking out into the water supply. Something needs to happen here with this graveyard, which means that the bodies need to be exhumed and moved or whatever. But this requires that we do something that's very taboo. Interesting. Like you don't touch the dead, right? You don't. I used to work at the funeral home back when I was 18. I used to cremate 3 people a day. Not to brag. I hated it. It was, I mean, being a medium as well, it was just a little intense. So I decided to move into hair. But that's kind of what I feel is not anybody can exhume these bodies. It is those that are allowed to, right? That are sacred, are treating that as if it is a sacred mission. You have that ability, but there's a need to treat this as if it's sacred. And this practice of ignoring it right now is not treating it as if it's sacred. And this has gone on long enough. That's enough. Ooh, okay. That's enough. Okay. Let's move forward here. You want one of these, okay. Did you want this on the last? Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Back up, you're right. Back it up here on what needs to be released. One last one here from the Starseed Oracle, please. The courageous peony, you guys. Courage, I was just saying that. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Learn the truth. Let's dive into that a little bit more. What's the truth, or what is it that we need that needs to be shown? What are we hiding? What are we coddling? The chills on that. Hair on my knees are standing on end. Oh my God. What is the truth here? What is the truth here that we need to see? Knight of Cups. You guys, this does feel like it's connected to a relationship, the way we've related to somebody. An artist, a dreamer, a romantic person here. But this can be an immature person when it comes to love too. Like focused on love for love's sake and not worrying about what anything else beyond that. A disconnection from the connection. Disconnect to connect. That's not... okay, so the truth here is to disconnect to connect. And this can be in any way, whether this is substances we use, disassociation, right? Just our own brain deciding we don't want to deal with it anymore. The way to connect with this is not to disconnect. And I know that may sound obvious, but this message needed to come through today. So somebody needed to hear it, right? Okay, anything else on what needs to be seen here with the courageous peony? The Chariot. Courage. Faith and courage. I feel like we've lost touch with our bravery for some reason. Maybe because the world's beating us down, right? Because everything is fucking bullshit right now, right? It can be difficult to weather the storm. Interesting. What I'm getting, so the warning, that's interesting, I got chills again, is that the storm is almost over. The sun will be coming back out again. Okay, so what I'm getting here, back to the corpse analogy, especially after it's been raining for so long, right? We've got a whole bunch of moisture, and then now the sun's coming out. We're adding heat to that. This is not a good situation for a corpse and its level of decay. There's an urgent need to remove this rotting component, because as we move into the next expansive phase here, all that's going to happen is accelerated decomposition. And that's the wrong direction. Well, at least, I mean, we want that to decompose. We don't want to stop that from decomposing, but we need to get it out of our living room. Norman Bates, right? We need to get that out of the living room, okay? It's in the vicinity of our immediate life, those that we're connected to, and it's creating toxic experiences and disease. Okay. Some of you may be called to move. Maybe some of you have been feeling frozen. Okay. Yeah, Emperor here at the bottom. So this is our personal power. Coming back to the present moment, though, you guys, it feels like we need to take care of our graveyard, and then we can move on with our life. Okay, I want to know here with the Morrigan, like I said, this isn't an energy I typically work with. So there was a reason why she's coming forward to say something here. Why? Why me, right? Why me? What is it is important about this person that we needed this message for? What is it that you see in this person? What power do you see in this person? Yeah. Came flying out. Page of Swords. She's watching you. I said that too. She's had her eye on you, right? Your ability, Okay, we did have Eight of Swords come through here. So the brain, back to the thoughts here. Your ability to create with your thoughts is impressive and depressive, right? Depending on how we're using it. So with the Page of Swords coming through here, there's a request to watch the thoughts or to think differently about our thoughts, to think a new thought. So your power is unique in your ability to create with the mind, both positive and negative. Eight of Wands here too. Good news. There's Sagittarius energy attached to that as well, with movement to transmute. Okay, to transmute. The power that she sees in you is your alchemy. To be able to take an experience, a thought, an emotion, whatever, and work to transmute it somewhere else. We're feeling stuck though. What I get though is that we're on the last leg of this journey. Like we started digging up this corpse to get rid of it, but we stopped for some reason. Why'd we stop? Five of Swords. Conflict. It's conflict for the sake of it. There's an encouragement to not fight, right? To lay down the weapon. What is the conflict? Distraction again, distraction. Somebody doesn't want you to move this body. Okay, interesting. What is that energy? Nothing you can't handle. Okay. Nine of Pentacles comes through here too. I get a very independent, right? Independent power here with the Nine of Pentacles. It's such, the image that I'm getting here, it's like a shadow, but it's made of white. It feels like another divine energy that's not meant to be connected to you, but it is. And it's making it confusing to discern your own energy. This is your own energy, that Nine of Pentacles here. Calming the mind, and that's been coming through. Quieting the mind here to tap into your sovereignty. Poison of the mind. Whatever this Eight of Cups, a need to leave something behind. There could be a habit, interesting. Something we're consuming, media, music, books, TV, people, food, substances, whatever. That's opening the door for this energy. With that Eight of Cups, there's a need to walk away from that. Okay, advice on that, please? Please? Overcome fear. Okay. And rebirth. This is what she's pushing for. We're hanging on to something that's been dead and we're afraid to let it go. I feel like it's mostly just comfort or consistency. It's time to light that lantern. What I'm seeing is like the Hermit's lantern here, lighting that and starting off on this journey on your own. There's a part of your experience that is refusing to let go of when you had company. Okay, interesting. Ooh, okay. This part of the journey, whether or not you're in a relationship, that's not what I'm talking about, but this part of the journey, there's something for you to learn about isolation or solitude. Not a negative, but to hear, to feel your own energy echoed back to you. Interesting. Okay, so one last question here, you guys, and then I'm going to move into the extended. I want to know what's waiting for us if we decide to face this. What's on the other end of that threshold? What's on the other end of the threshold if we exhume this body, if we face this? If we lean into the fear of solitude or isolation? You guys. The Queen of Wands. I'm so happy to see this. I was saying that with the dragon energy. So this was in the beginning, that solar plexus. Queen of Wands is confident. She's style. She has grace. She doesn't give a shit what you think about her, what you want from her. The only thing that matters to her is her sovereignty, expressing and living her power and her truth, because she feels strongly connected to herself. It feels like what I'm seeing is like a rinse cycle in a washing machine, okay? This residual, whatever this is with the ghosts, it needs to be cleared out of the machine in order to run a proper cycle. Queen of Swords here at the bottom too. Love that. Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. What a dangerous combination, you guys. The ability to feel deeply and passionately into our emotions and use that to our benefit. And then to also very, very sharply or acutely tap into our intellectual prowess as well. And not let our emotions, like Waterproof is talking about, overcome our ability to speak the truth. Interesting. The truth is you've forgotten how powerful you are. Okay, anything else there on that? What's waiting for us? Judgment. A whole new world. We're hearing the call, you guys. The call has been made. We're literally going through and exhuming the bodies here. They're right in the graveyard, right there. Once we take care of this, we move on to the life that's calling us after that. But we have to face this first. Nobody can make this choice for us. I feel like we're just right in the middle of it, okay? Ashem. Okay, I am going to pull, yeah, there's death there at the bottom too. Yes, death. Death, rebirth, yep, totally. I'm going to move into the extended, you guys. I'm going to pull one more. Do you want this one? Starseed. Okay, sorry, my bad. We'll pull an oracle card here, and then I'll move into the extended. If you guys want to join me there, we're going to do additional messages here from the Morrigan specifically. I want to dive in a little bit deeper into the path and what this looks like for you after we cross this threshold, okay? Links are in the description of the video as well as a pinned comment. They are for sale individually and on the 3rd tier of membership, Phoenix Fam, if you want to check that out, okay? Okay, last message here, please. Love it. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. It does feel like there's trust fall is what I'm hearing here. I think that's what that isolation or solitude is requiring or requesting of us, is to just be okay with it. It's not that we have to be in that space forever, or that we will be, but we have to sink into that. We have to let the grief overcome us so that we can actually heal, so that we're not holding on to parts of it, right? I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destined life. What a perfect final message. We are moving from the life that we started off at here into what it is we were destined to experience, what we wanted to experience. That's why the Morrigan's coming through here. It's time. It is time. It's time to make this shift, okay? This is what you came here to do. All right? Okay, I love you guys. I hope this message is helpful. Please take care of yourselves. Like I said, links are in the description of the video, pinned comment. I do have personal readings and some space in my personal mentorship program open. If you guys are looking for some more individual attention or care towards something you're going through, I'd love to help you out. You can check out links, like I said, description of the video, pinned comment. PayPal's in there too if you feel called to donate to the channel. Thank you guys so much to those who do. I couldn't and wouldn't do this without you. So please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Be well.